Real crap fest. It is couple seconds here before the half. The Cowboys knocking on the door. It's just a matter of if they get the field goal attempt or the touchdown. It's 3rd and 4, 9 seconds. So this will be the play that will determine exactly what happens here.
But what are you looking for, Mitch? What do you want them to get here?
A field goal, but it is
I
a
want
touchdown.
The touchdown. Go, baby, go.
That's what it is. Be interesting to see if the Cowboys take the starters out for the second half, though, of this game. So, the Eagles haven't played with their starters at all in this game and just torching this Dallas defense. So, not a good sign here for the Cowboys.
No, not at all. Not at all. I'm just happy. We had a team total of 23.5 for the Cowboys. Gave it out on the VIP show today over that 23.5, expecting us to get that in the first half here. And we have. So congratulations to everyone who's on our VIP show.
Yeah, but I think we hit a bunch of bets on that show.
Oh, God, we did. We hit so many on that show. Yep. Right?
I think all mine hit.
Yeah, yours have crushed it. Absolutely today.
I gave 3 on there, and I think they all hit. So
I do have the Cowboys minus the 4 for the game. Mitch, what are your thoughts on that? Do you think we're going to get there?
I got the Eagles I'm on the other side, so I hope not.
Okay.
I hope not. I think if the Cowboys take their starters out, that the Eagles probably will at least cover, if not win outright. The Cowboys have played with their starters. The Eagles have played with their backups, and the Cowboys have given up a ton of points and yards in this game. We've seen the Eagles lay some big hits on them. So it'll just be interesting to see if they do that. I could see this one being, if the Cowboys take the starters out, I could see this being like 33-31 Dallas. I could see it being, I could see it being 31-30 Eagles. There's a bunch of different ways that this can go, but a lot of football left to play, and we don't know what's going to happen in the second half if the Cowboys are going to leave, Dak Prescott and everybody in. I mean, that's really what this comes down to. Will they leave those receivers and Dak Prescott in, or will they take them out? It really, that is the difference. And also their entire defensive line, which is just getting lit up, by a bunch of backups. Even the backup offensive line for the Eagles is in.
Oh, absolutely, they are.
So
for sure. Yeah, it'll be really interesting to see what happens in the second half. I think we're going to see Dak and company out for the start of the third quarter. I think if they get another touchdown here, I think they'll lay off.
I doubt it. I mean, I really am surprised he's in here at all. I'm surprised that they played them at all. They really don't have much to play for here. And, they have home field. So they have a real chance at the Super Bowl. If Dak Prescott gets injured in a meaningless game here, they're going nowhere. We saw it last year. Dak Prescott went out. They couldn't do anything. So I'm shocked that he's in there. And I imagine if he gets injured, McCarthy will be fired, is my guess.
Good point. That's a very good point to look at.
That's how coaches get fired.
Yeah.
Things like that. Dak Prescott makes a lot more money than Mike McCarthy, so he's a lot more valuable to this Dallas organization. That's guaranteed money that he has in that contract as well. So I just, that's why I took the Eagles to begin with. I just can't believe that they would leave him in here for this long.
Okay. So then we're looking at this game. Eagles second half plus money. I'm getting plus 106 for them on the second half. What do you think of that? We're getting high juice on the Cowboys. I'm not touching that. Minus 148 for the second half. I do think the Eagles could definitely take the second half. Not sure if they come out and cover that original spread, but definitely see them taking the second half. Plus 112, it's now moved up to.
Let's see what I can get on it. Normally my lines are a little better than yours on the dog.
I know. You get way better lines than me.
Let's see what we got.
Yeah. I'm getting a spread of 2.5.
I showed 2.5 also. 2.5. And then I got the Eagles at plus 135 on the money line. I'm going to take that. And I'll take the plus 2.5 on the Eagles as well. So I'll take both of those.
Yeah, I like the Eagles. I'm going to take them. My book keeps constantly moving. I'm able to get them at plus 120 now on that money line for the second half. I definitely like it there.
Yeah, I saw Jerry Jones. It looked like when they showed him that he was picking up his coat on that touchdown. I'm not really sure what he was doing at that point. Maybe I had to use the can. I don't know.
We're also seeing over 2.5 touchdowns. Mitch, what are your thoughts on this? I love it. Over 2.5 touchdowns is minus 112. I do think we're going to see points in the second half.
Yeah, I think we will too, because if the Cowboys pull those starters, the Eagles' backups already have been through the grinds. I could see them scoring 3 on their own if Dallas pulls those starters. If they don't, well, then we'll have to see what happens. But that's what the second half is about. And it's basically you're betting right now on these halftime lines if the Cowboys are pulling their starters or not. I mean, that's really what it all comes down to. If they don't pull their starters, well, then you have starters versus backups like we saw in the first half. If they do pull their starters, well, then it's backups that have been playing for an entire half against backups that haven't been playing. And I could see the Eagles putting up a lot of points because they certainly moved the ball on the Dallas starters really effectively. And I think they found a couple new players, out there that can play. But my guess is, we're not going to see a lot of the Dallas starters. I'm surprised that they're playing this much. It's just like Aaron Rodgers is saying he's playing tomorrow, but it'll be interesting to see how much he actually plays.
Yeah, it will be very interesting to see. It looks like Jimmy G is in tomorrow as well. So,
that's
surprised that his thumb is okay.
Well, it's got to be okay because they need to win that game. If they don't win and the Saints win, they're out. So they absolutely need that one. It's up against the Rams, who also need that game to win the division. If they don't win the division and the Cardinals beat the Seahawks, then they're a wild card team and go on the road. So there is, tomorrow there is a lot at stake in a lot of the games, and it's kind of like if you're borderline, you're gonna play if you're a key player.
Absolutely.
So.
Yeah, there's a prop bet to look at. Look at Kittle tomorrow, you guys, for anyone who is listening right now. Kittle could break a Hall of Fame receiving yardage if he gets over, I think it's 50 yards tomorrow or 35. It's right around that number. I think we're going to see a lot of passes. He has been able to accomplish a lot against the Rams. But it's over 35 receiving yards tomorrow. He ties a Hall of Fame record for his first 5 seasons in the NFL.
It's also in a 17-game season when everybody else played 16. So, and
that will always be held over him.
It should be.
Yeah,
it should be just like, any rushing records, any passing records, any records that are done in more games should always be held, players should always be held, to that standard that they did it, that they had a lot more games to do it. And it's like when Jim Brown rushed for 1,000 yards and all those yards, and he did it in an 11-game season. It's a lot different than these guys that do it in a 16-game season or a 17-game season. It's, in a 17-game season, 1,000-yard season is 60, 70 yards per game, 60 yards per game or something. While in an 11-game season, it's nearly 100. And, Jim Brown was able to do that, of course.
Absolutely. Okay, so we're going to ride with the Eagles on the money line for the second half. I like the over 2.5 touchdowns too, Mitch. I think you agreed with that as well.
Yeah, I like the over, and I like the Eagles money line, and I like the Eagles with the points.
Okay. I like it. I think we're definitely going to have a good second half here. Lots of points on the board.
That's what I'm looking for.
What did this line close at for the over-under? Was it 45 or was it 43.5?
It was 43.5, so it's going way over.
Nice. What do you think of the Kansas City game earlier today, Mitch?
I just had mild interest at best in it. I really had a busy afternoon, so I didn't really have a lot of time to dial in. I'm not going to watch it as a fan. I'd rather watch all the college basketball that was on.
Yeah. How did you enjoy college basketball today?
I think there was some good games on there, but there were some good games today. I think that I think the home teams really, played well today. And I think that's what conference play is all about. But there was some exciting games. There was some good upsets. It was kind of like what we called it this morning, that there was going to be some exciting games. There was going to be some big upsets, and there's going to be a lot of surprises. And that's just what conference play is. And that's what January through March is all about in college basketball. For me, it's like I'd way rather watch, college basketball than an NFL game. It's just, it's personal preference. And, we watch NFL. I cover it. I don't half-ass my way through it. I know all the guys and the plays, and we go through this every week here. But at the same time, I'm not going to, sit here and say I love the NFL or what it stands for.
I know you won't. Jason in the comments saying, where are you getting that 35 yards? That is not his receiving yards. It is at 58.5. I am saying if he hits the 35 receiving yards, that ties a Hall of Fame record. I think he'll definitely go over his receiving yards against the Rams. So over that 58.5. The 35 breaks the record, though. That's where that 35 number is coming from.
All right. In the 17-game season versus a 16-game season, which is, it doesn't.
That's true.
Which really makes it not a record at all. It makes it a record first. I think all of any of the leaders of this season become the new record holder of in a 17-game season. Is really what it is.
Yeah. Absolutely, but if he hits that, we look at him against the Rams. In the last 6 matchups against the Rams, he's had at least 5 receptions for over 50 yards in 7 straight games against the Rams. So I definitely think we get over that 58.5. I think Kittle is in for a big day. And I was thinking this, unknowing of the quarterback. And with Jimmy G Jimmy G loves to target Kittle. So.
I love the Rams in that game. I just love them.
It should be a good game. I don't know which way I'm going with it yet, but I can hear you with the Rams.
The Niners beat them that first game. It was almost embarrassing. They've had this game circled. They're gonna crush them.
Absolutely. Well, I'm full. I feel like it's Thanksgiving over here with the meal I just cooked. So hopefully your day's been good, Mitch.
I just work all day. I think, on days like this you have NFL Sunday the next day. And of course, a full day of college basketball. We've got a full card of NBA basketball, those videos and everything. They don't happen by magic. There's, a team of people working, around the clock. And you guys know, I don't just sit here and, watch it happen. I kind of try and make it happen. So, I was in the studio for a good portion of the day. My wife is sick, and so I'm trying to take care of her. First time in about 15 years. She's been sick. Not the best sick person, but that's the nature of the beast.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mitch.
She does the best she can, and that's about it. So, but I know Joe had a good day. Did you go snowshoeing?
I didn't. It was just way too cold. We decided to postpone it. So it's way too cold out. We kind of looked at the weather, looked at the time of the day, and just when it's not going to happen. So, which is good. I don't like the cold, you guys. I would be frozen like an iceberg here now.
Yeah, I don't. I'm not a fan of the cold either. I plan on never seeing snow again. It's definitely one of my life plans.
Oh, don't look out my window. Yeah.
One of my life plans. I never saw snow until I was in my late teens, and I never would like to see it again. I'm good. It's like I spent several years, with it, and I'm good. I don't miss the seasons or any of those things that people say. Not one bit. But anyways, we're about a minute and 54 seconds away from the half. I took the Eagles on the money line. I took them plus the points. We like the over 2.5 touchdowns. So the second half total is at 21, I believe. So got to look at that as well.
Yeah, I think we go over that 21.5 for the second half. I see a lot of points in the second half. I don't think defenses are really stepping up here. It's the offenses that are controlling this game.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, like I said, for me, I believe it all comes down the entire game,
Yeah.
like the full game, the second half totals, and even the second half, with the points and the spread, all really come down to if Dallas decides to pull their starters or not.
Yeah.
Because I don't think their second string is going to hold up against the Eagles' second string, who has been mixing it up with the Cowboys starters fairly decently for the most part here.
Oh, absolutely. Right.
Yeah.
And so we will see the Eagles get those points on the board. That's why I absolutely love the Eagles on the money line for the second half.
Let's take a quick look at these lines and see if they've changed, because normally if the news comes out, obviously I don't have the sound on the TV or anything, but Dak Prescott is warming up on the sideline. So it looks like he will be back in.
I think he just loves the rivalry position here, which is a dangerous spot for him to be in, right? Like you said, with the injuries he's been through.
Yeah, it's ridiculous that he would be in there.
Yeah.
And if something happens to him, Mike McCarthy would deserve to be fired.
Yeah, absolutely. Right? There's a time to sit your starters, and it's now. So, but I think we see Dak out for halfway through the third, and then I think they get another touchdown under their belt, and I think Dak sits.
Well, what's the difference, at this point?
Yeah, exactly. I think it's just
what's another touchdown gonna do?
I think it's just their ego. I think it's ego.
Unless he's got some sort of performance bonus, which I don't believe he has, because I think just so much of that contract is guaranteed. Yeah. I don't really see any reason for him to be out there whatsoever. But I'm not
interesting way to look at it.
I'm not the coach. I'm not any of those things. It's my livelihood not riding on Dak Prescott's health. So, but definitely McCarthy's is for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because we saw Dallas last year with their backup quarterbacks, and it wasn't pretty.
Yeah,
it was a real mess. So, Philly kicks off here the second half. We always stay for the first drive. We'll see if Dak Prescott makes it out alive. If he comes back on the field.
So Dak is under contract 4 years, $160 million, received a $66 million signing bonus, $126 million guaranteed.
Yep, that is a big investment to have riding out there in a meaningless game. It's basically like playing a preseason game at this point.
Absolutely. First 3 years, averages $42 million.
Yeah.
Guaranteed money incentive deals make up $164 million. So there is incentive deals in his contract.
But the incentives are based on games played and things like that. Yeah. We went through all this in the morning show. We went through Dak Prescott's contract, and it had there was no incentives as far as yards or anything like that. It was based on his health and starting and stuff like that.
Crazy. Sounds like my kids are cleaning up the kitchen, so that is a good one. That's a bonus for me. I guess I want cake.
Ezekiel Elliott for 6 or 7 yards there. But all the Dallas starters still in.
Interesting. Interesting way to play this, for sure.
Well, I mean, I guess he has a reason.
Yep.
But another handoff to Elliott, who gets absolutely lit up like a Christmas tree on that one. What if that's your quarterback next time?
Yeah. You really need to limit the risks there.
Yeah, it doesn't. For sure. It doesn't make any sense, but
yeah,
it is what it is.
We have seen what Dak has gone through with injury, so I'm actually surprised for himself that he's still out there.
Well, it's 3rd and 4, and Prescott gets, oh boy, looked like he almost twisted his ankle on that one. Pass to Elliott. They're short of the first down here, so it's 4th and 1, deep in their own territory. It'll be interesting to see. I mean, if you if they actually will go for it here inside their own 30-yard line. Boy, I'm telling you, he went back to pass and he spun around. They're punting, but he went back to pass. Okay. He spun around. It looked like his ankle just was ready to snap in 2 pieces. I guess is
ouch.
Yeah, that looked like it was tragedy, narrowly averted. And the punt was almost blocked there, but it wasn't. But good tackle there by Dallas, and looks like a penalty as well at the 35-yard line. But thanks everyone for joining us. We will see you tomorrow. Full day of NFL football, starting with our morning show, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I will have my
5 and 7.
Yes, 7 and 5.
Sorry, 7 and 5.
I'll have that out tonight. Once again, I'll put it out around midnight Eastern Time, maybe a little bit later. So it's all ready to go for the morning. But thanks everyone for joining us. We appreciate all of you. It's fun, Joe, even though we're on the other side on this one. But
it's okay. We still got along for the second half picks. Absolutely.
Calling an illegal block in the back against Philly. It's like nothing happened. It's like, it's like, to me, it's amazing that they call a penalty on a play like that.
Okay.
All right.
Well, all the best in the second half, Mitch, and to everyone watching.
All right.